Hello, hello. This is a HomeCamp update, or a bit of a home hacking update. One of my pet bugbears is the amount of power that things use on standby, particularly older LCD screens in monitoring and looking at office equipment and some of the things that we've got at Red Cat Co. I've noticed that a lot of those devices, even the ones supposedly with a standby, are using anything from 40 watts to 150 watts plus, even when they're supposedly off, switched off at the button on the screen and on active standby. As an easy way to deal with that is to switch them off at the plug. And that actually makes really good sense economically for a business and personally. To turn that into money, if you've got a device that draws 100 watts of power on standby and it draws that over the course of a year, that's basically cost you £100 over the course of the year for nothing other than maybe heating up the office a little tiny bit. So clearly doesn't make economic sense, doesn't make environmental sense. However, people don't always remember to switch stuff off. So I've been looking at a couple of ways to essentially automate that, a couple of little hacks from when I popped up to London and grabbed these from Applin, although you can get them from all sorts of places. The first one is this device from Ecotech. It actually belongs to a family of devices, and there are loads on the market like this one, and I wasn't at all influenced by the fact that this one said it was on Dragon's Den. In fact, that probably counted against it. The way that these devices work is it's like a traditional power strip. One of the sockets acts as a master, and what the device does is it monitors the power consumption there. So you plug your PC into that socket or the main device from your setup, so the amp or your big plasma screen, whatever it is. And then whenever that device switches on, basically it activates the other sockets on the strip. So where I'm going to go use this one is in our finance office setup actually. PCs can go in there, there's a printer, scanner, device that connects to and extends the network, and a bunch of other peripherals that run off of that as well. They'll go in the other sockets. So basically what happens is when the PC gets shut down, everything else gets shut down. So it says on the box, cuts 100% of standby power. Now this one, and the reason I picked it, is because it uses the USB port to do that monitoring. So I was a little bit intrigued by that, and also it was actually a little bit cheaper than the others. This one doesn't actually say how much power it consumes itself, which is one of the things to watch. Having investigated a few of them, they seem to consume anything from sort of 0.2, 0.3 of a watt up to 0.8 of a watt. So it's basically costing you sort of 40p to 80p a year for forgetting to turn it off, plus the cost of the device. But given what it cost, will basically pay for itself well within a year. And then hopefully start generating money if it doesn't go wrong. So that's one alternative. Another alternative, which turned out to be a little bit cheaper, was this little device. This is going to get used in the Red Cat Co studio. Power strip again. This one has an RF remote, 4 buttons on it. Each button corresponds to one of the sockets. So this one's not automated like the other one, but what it does mean for my setup is that in the Red Cat Co studio, on one of the sockets I'll run the kind of minimal computer setup. On the other one will be all of the audio rig for the Red Cat Co studio, so when I'm doing podcasts and audio mix downs I can power that up. All of the synths and guitar equipment will go off the other one, and then the other one's for the video setup. So basically I can walk in, decide what task I'm doing, power up those devices. When I'm finished I can hit the all off button, so that should reduce the standby. Because again, although it's lower in the studio now than it used to be, again, everything doesn't always get switched off. It involves climbing behind rack cabinets and things like that, which is no fun. So I'm going to give this a try. Again, it doesn't say how much power it consumes on standby, and I think that should be a mandatory actually for all devices now, not just energy saving ones. It's like, this is the power usage, and that gets quoted on pretty much all electrical devices. It would be great if they actually quoted how much power this thing consumes when it's on standby. I think that would be a good wake-up call. So this is my experiment for the week. These two guys go in and see how I get on with them and see how much power they save. So check them out.